Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on this bright Sunday morning. Today we have an amazing personality, Kapil Thakkar, with us to have a good conversation. He's energetic young bloke, and he's given us a time on this busy Sunday morning. So I wouldn't take a time. Over to you, Kapil.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Vipul, and thank you, Lotus World, for giving this opportunity. I will say Happy Father's Day to all our viewers, to you, Vipul, as well, and hope
Likewise.
everyone is having a great time. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Um, Tell us about who Kapil Thakkar is in one word.
Well, yes, it's hard to describe in one word, but I would say passionate.
Passionate. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now let's elaborate. Let our viewer know who is Kapil Thakkar. So you can talk or take us through to your journey. Who's Kapil
Yes,
Thakkar?
surely, surely. Well, I was born in Mount Abu, Rajasthan, India, a beautiful hill station. In a Gujarati family, a Gujarati business family. So my grandfather, he moved from Gujarat to Rajasthan for his business purpose, and then he loved Mount Abu so much that he decided to move there permanently. And then obviously my family um, has been living in that area from a long time. And my grandfather, in his era, he has done a lot of work in the community space, and he had a value of always giving back to the community and doing his best um, in supporting the community. Same with my grandmother. I'm just talking brief about my ancestors because that is what I am today, and I take this opportunity to let everyone know that why I do this, what I do today for community. So my grandmother, all her life, she spent uh, doing work for women empowerment and getting women voice heard. And as a kid, I've always been with her to so many meetings, so many projects, and so many places where she has been, raising that voice for men. As a kid, like 4 or 5 years, she would take me with her, and I've seen those values of women empowerment, and that's why today itself you can see that in me today, that all my project I always make sure that it's an inclusive and equal opportunity for everybody. Same other important thing what I want to add here is as well that my grandfather in his era built a small school and donated a building to a school for blind association in the town where I belong to. And when we were in school, obviously I was not that fortunate to see my grandfather, but I'm so fortunate to follow his footsteps, to follow the values what he's given to our family. So when we were in school, most of our Sunday afternoons would be spending time at that blind school, helping the kids, serving food and eating food with them as well. And what I learned from there, that is that that there is so much power in a human being that God has given us, and we should use that power in a right way, help others. We are lucky that we have everything. We are not we don't God has given us everything. And there are some people um, where uh, they have that bit of disadvantage. But I was so impressed by all the kids in that school. They were so amazing. They were so amazing, and I felt proud. So until my grade 10, every Sunday, I would say almost every Sunday, we would spend time there, and until because then for my further education I had to move out of from Mount Abu to another city. So yes, I was not that fortunate. But whenever now as well, whenever I go India, whenever I go to my town, I make sure I spend at least 2 3 days, with those kids in that school, because that brings me my memory back, brings my association, where I spend more time with my family and my grandmother in there. My parents, my father, being a businessman, but he always taught us one lesson, that whenever you're reading a newspaper, or whenever you're reading anything, or whenever you hear a story, if you're just listening and you're forgetting about that story, that means you have not lived your life to full. If you are doing some action, if you are acting on it, if you are trying to voice out, if any incorrectness in that story, then you have left your life to fullness, and you should try doing that. And this is what I am today. I always make sure, if I feel something is not right, I stand up for that. If I feel something I can help with, I make sure I'm going ahead and helping out there. So in India as well, I participated in many organizations doing volunteering at very young age as well, like Rotary Club. I was a secretary and a president of Rotary Club, the youngest president. Obviously, Rotary Club is of young men and women, but I was in that age as well. I was very young when I was chosen as a president, and did many projects like blood donation drives, tree growing, plantations, and such projects like eye camps, diabetes camps. And then after finishing my bachelor's degree in India, I migrated to uh, London, UK for 2 years for my further studies, and I completed my PG diploma in business management. And after that, I migrated to Australia in 2007. And with and I always say to my daughter and to my family that when I migrated to Australia, I had some dollars in my pocket, a bag full of my clothes, and a heart full of new dreams, and a heart with values which I had inherited with my family from my family to help to support. When I landed in Australia in 2000, having no friends, no family, obviously it was a bit challenging, and not many of us who have migrated into this country we find that challenge. But I was really fortunate that whoever I met from day one have welcomed me and have made me feel that I'm inclusive. And many people who I meet today, many students I'm in contact today, international students contact me with various issues. I'm helping up them with various issues, and they sometimes complain that oh, I'm doing I have I come from a very good family in India and I'm just doing a dishwashing here, or I have this qualification, I'm doing a pizza job. And I tell everybody that yes, migration itself is a challenge. It's a new country. You have to learn new environment, and get used to the new environment. And me itself, when I came here, I've worked in various odd jobs. I've done dishwashing. I've worked as a pizza maker. I have I've done cleaning jobs, until unless I could. And you can imagine, I'd done my bachelor's in India and a postgraduate business management from UK, from a very reputed university. Still, because this is something, when you come to a new country, you are in a learning phase. Lot many things are different. Lot many things are different, and it's no harm in doing any kind of job, as long as you're doing it with the right attitude, right heart,
Right.
and with the right passion.
Yeah. 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 Work
And
is work.
during
Mm.
exactly. And during my university life, I've been engaged with many students, facing issues, challenges, and I would try to, obviously, or not in that position, that you could resolve the problem, but at least try to understand their challenges,
Mm.
understand their problems, and bring it out. Bring it,
Mm.
say it loud to whoever our representatives are, or
Mm.
whoever. Or the unions in the university, I would, or to the professors or the teachers, if we are feeling something is not right, or something we expect in a different way. And yes, that is something which that's how I started my journey in Australia. I completed my studies, got my permanent residency, became a citizen. Obviously, working now in my profession as a pricing analyst with a energy retailer, and have been in this role for many years, and few other management roles as well. But along with all this path, as I said, my values were giving back to the community, and I've always made sure that I'm engaged and I'm doing
Mm.
something in that space. So I've
Mm.
been part of many, and I've volunteered with many organizations in Australia. Now I'm part of various organizations as well, like AFL, also AFL Australia, Cricket Australia, Werribee
Mm.
Mercy Hospital,
Mhm.
Victorian Multicultural Commission, and Mental Health Foundation Australia.
Mm.
And all these organizations, I have worked as a volunteer, and have done various projects with them. I am also founder of an organization called not-for-profit organization called Staywell,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
Staywell is all about promoting health and health awareness. So this organization was formed in 2017, and there's a bit
Mhm.
of story behind this organization. So I am on a Werribee Mercy directly with Werribee Mercy Hospital as their consumer advisory committee member.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I joined that role, and I would go to meetings and I would be speaking to community members, to doctors, and there would be presentations from various departments, and uh, the focus was always on like big diseases like cancers, and people are talking about that, but I found that there was a gap on day-to-day health awareness, that people should look after their health daily, do something, be active. And I mean, there are many organizations doing working in that space, but at that point of time I found that there is some gap. And then I discussed that with few of my friends, that I feel that we should do something in this space. And I always, as I said before, that I always find, always whenever I see there is a gap, I make sure, as this comes back to my dad's words, that it's, if you find something and if you are not able to do anything, you're not living to your fullest, and you're not living your life to your full length. So yes, this is where Staywell was born, with an idea to promote health awareness, healthy living. And since then, we have done various projects like blood donation drives. We have done indoor cricket tournament to promote and create awareness of mother-baby unit at Werribee Mercy Hospital. We work with various organizations like Movember, Cancer Australia. Apart from raising funds, we do actively participate in raising that awareness. Also, this is obviously this November will be our fifth year as participating with Movember in a Grow Your Mustache challenge. So sometimes adding bit of interesting facts, bit of fun facts to a value and to an awareness. I think it creates more of an environment and more of inclusiveness, and people take real interest, and the community participates actively on those projects. And one example I will give you from Staywell is which is our annual project, and we do an indoor cricket tournament. So obviously, due to COVID-19, we are not able to do it this year, but last 2 years we have done this program, and this is an awareness for mother baby unit at Werribee Mercy Hospital and all other hospitals. So what mother baby unit is? When I was sitting in a meeting, and a pediatric and a mental health consultant was at a Werribee Mercy meeting, and they were explaining about this. Me being a dad, my daughter is born in Australia. I never knew about this facility, what mother baby unit is. And that's why after that meeting, when I next met my friends, I just put the question out to my friends that, do you know what mother baby unit is? And no one. And I'll be pretty honest, no one knew what mother baby unit is. Everyone said, yeah, something related to the baby and mom, and probably it is something related to a birth of baby, but we don't know what exactly this unit does. And that is another gap. What I found, that there are so many in Australia. We see that so many things are there, so many helpful places are there, which as a migrant community we might not aware about.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
thought, we need this needs to come out to the community. People need to take
yes.
advantage of this facility. So, what mother baby unit basically is that after kid is born, obviously there are a lot of challenges, and especially with migrant community, because we not all the time have help from our parents, from our family, from our friends, because we are a growing community, and we feel lonely. I will give you my own example. When my daughter was born, it was just me and my wife, and by ourselves, not knowing, having a kid, you don't know how to manage things. If you have your parents with you or elderly people with you, they know, and they explain a lot of things which you are not aware of. And this
Yeah.
facility is where mother baby unit is a facility where people can take help, people can take guidance. There are mental health consultants, there are pediatrics, psychologists, nurses, doctors, who are there to help you, and community volunteers as well, to explain you, to support you. So this is amazing facility, and very good facility for migrant community. And that's what I thought, we need to do something. And I came up with an idea, doing an indoor cricket tournament. So through sports, engaging community, and to spread this awareness. So it did receive a lot of appreciation from the community. And I'm seeing, since its introduction of this program, I'm seeing that there has been a lot of increase of people using this facility from migrant community. Of course, hospital is doing and promoting and creating awareness on its ways, and they have different channels to do that. But from stable point of view, it has been really successful, and we'll be able to spread this message. So these are few things, very important to connect community and engage community. Also in 2018, we do blood donation drive. That is our annual project, and throughout the year, a lot of our community members go out and donate blood as well from Staywell. And in 2018, Staywell was 30% contributor of the total blood collected by Austrian Red Cross.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow. That's amazing. That's
thank
amazing.
you. Thank you. So these are the projects which I'm involved with. This is how I try to increase participation, increase engagement, and inclusiveness. Now, when I mentioned about the cricket tournament, this cricket tournament, there was 100% inclusiveness. There were women participation was there. There was seniors participation, and there was kids participation.
Nice.
So I always this is one of my value, as I just mentioned before, that equal opportunity and including everybody. And I try my best. I try my best in all my projects to include everybody. Under Saver, we have done various other projects with health, like balance plate, like what you should be eating and how. It's not a dieting program, but a program where you should be um, playing a big role in understanding what is good for you, what is healthy for you. So yeah, this is what Staywell is. And I would also like to mention on this platform that Staywell is an organization where we have not taken any government funding up till now, and we will never ever apply for any government funding for any of our projects. We do projects, so all people, all my committee members associated in Staywell, we have decided that whatever we'll do, we will do in our capacity. With we will not apply for any grants. I mean, grants are there, funding is there. Definitely, people should apply. I'm not discouraging people that you should not apply for grant, but this is our aim and our agenda, that we will do all our projects on our capacity, and we never ask for sponsorship as well. So this is way of giving back to our community. This is why way we want to give our time, and our investment, or our work towards community through this agenda. Again, I would say I'm not discouraging anyone. There are many platforms on government, and government has been creating many grants to help communities, and eligible people should apply for it. Organization should apply for it, because that is definitely helpful. Apart from this, as I said, I've been an ambassador with AFL Victoria, and AFL, as you know, Austrian Football League, is a very, very important and uh, very strongly followed game. Obviously, and a national game as well. Now, when I joined AFL, and I work closely with North Melbourne Football Club. In my first experience, they said that let's invite the community to some of the games, and we'll give free tickets, and people can join. And my point was that yeah, definitely, free tickets are important. You're including people, that is important, but that is not an experience. If you want people to have an experience, what footy is, and not just footy, you would see that all organization, like whether it be AFL, Cricket Australia, Hockey Australia, or any sporting organization, they have their apart from sports, they are doing lot many things for the community, lot many support to the not-for-profit organization, and especially to multicultural community. So I said, if we want to have an experience, we need to create a platform where people can enjoy, people can participate, and people can feel included. Because watching a game is not feeling just inclusion. You'll watch a game, you'll come home and you'll forget about the game unless you have that an experience. So we came up with this program, Welcome to AFL. So this program is where communities can come to the football facility, like for example North Melbourne Football Club's facility in North Melbourne, spend time there understanding footy, see the history of footy, actually have a go at footy. People would actually play a little bit of footy. Kids will get an opportunity to kick footy ball, how to hold footy ball, just small simple things. And after that, people will go and watch a game. And I feel this is a very good experience, because people, when you practically feel it, you remember it, and you want to be part of it. And also you get to know what this organization are doing apart from just playing sport. So Welcome to AFL has been a very successful project from couple of years now, and a lot of participation is happening. When I did my first project, we had more than 300 people participating. Again, seniors, women, kids, everybody in that inclusion of everyone, and then watching a game at Etihad Stadium. And it was a biggest crowd at one point of time, from especially from Indian community, watching a game at AFL. And with AFL as well, various other projects, like for example North Melbourne Football Club has got its own not-for-profit organization called the Huddle. And the Huddle is to support multicultural kids, support the kids with their education, and build their strength in education, in sports, and help wherever in that capacity. So I've been actively involved in doing those some of those projects as well. Well, so sports has always been core to me, because I feel sports can bring communities together, and it is a best language of communication, I guess. And as we see, Australia is a multicultural country. People from various background, various countries have made a beautiful Australia as their home. And sports can play a big role. And I myself have seen that how sports can bring communities together. And I will also, through this platform, thank to AFL and Cricket Australia as well, that they're doing an amazing job in this space, and bringing communities together and creating an awareness of importance of everybody. Other projects I would like to mention here as well about was a Dosti Cup. Dosti Cup, Dosti means a friendship. And this is something very close to my heart, and a project which I have managed and actively participated in this project. So again, when I joined AFL, I saw not many youth playing from multicultural community, playing AFL, playing footy, but not actively involved with any of the football clubs. And that's where I got involved, and I got this group of boys come together and to play football through of North Melbourne Football Club. And a Dosti Cup was introduced, where multicultural communities come together and play a game of footy. Like India, for example, hockey is our national game. But I can see that our kids migrating here, our families migrating here, actively participating in this, and taking the footy as well to a next level. So yes, these are few of the projects, and people, if you won't stop me, it is definitely an endless list of projects which I will be just talking about. So now I
Keep
will
continuing. Keep continuing. We're here to listen to you. Simple.
definitely,
Keep
definitely.
continuing.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, in sports space now, I'm also I sit with Regional Advisory Council of Victorian Multicultural Commission. Now, this is a very important organization. Victorian, it is a government organization, and we should feel privileged that government has this facility, and how much importance all multicultural communities are given in this country. So definitely, through this organization, my role as a committee member with the Regional Advisory Council is to listen to our community, to take anything important or impacting a community to this council, and how we can collectively together work to this solution, and work to this issue, sorry, and find a solution to this issue, and resolve any problems there. We can see during this COVID-19 as well, not many organization with help of different multicultural commissions have been doing lot much work in different spaces. So definitely, it is something I'm really proud to be part of. Other project which I like to highlight here is Indo-Australia Friendship Cup. This is a game of hockey,
Mm-hmm.
and a game of hockey between Australia. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
players in Australia, not an Australian team. I mean, but a club in Australia, and Indian community. And
Mm-hmm.
see, these are really, people talk about businesses bring communities together. There are different tools to bring communities together and different platforms, but I think sport is one of the most important way, and that communities can come together. And I think it's a language. Sports is itself a language, which everyone understands, regardless of background, regardless of country. And we've seen that amazing inclusiveness in there, and lot many things under that hockey platform we are planning to do in coming years, especially inclusive of kids and women participation. Also, I am with Werribee Mercy Hospital. This is my fourth year with them as a
Mm-hmm.
consumer advisory committee, and that is a very critical and important role, because the area where I live in Wyndham is, again, we have people from different walks of life, different background, different countries, and every community has a different issue, a different way of solving an issue, and different way of thinking. And it is very important that hospital in the area understand what community wants and how they can address to the community needs. So this role, as I said, is a very critical role, that you're bringing information from the community, presenting to the hospital, and taking information from hospital and presenting back to the community, and how hospital works, and what community demands. So, for example, in India, if you are sick, you will directly go to like if you have a stomach pain, you'll directly go to a specialist. You prefer directly go to a specialist, right? Here, it's a different channel. You go to GP first. GP will investigate. If he thinks then you need to go to specialist, then you go and see a specialist. So see, there are different ways, and of addressing things in a different manner, and that's where we need to find that gap and create that understanding and that awareness how things work, and how we can promote that. Also, I love writing, so I've been wherever I get time, I do write few articles. So I used to write articles with Indian Press Club, and articles educating communities. So I've written articles on how the rules behind citizenships are, how laws are made in Parliament, and like simple topics that, like, how can you save on your energy bills. So some educative topics there, and so that community can, migrant community especially, would feel inclusiveness and understand, and making people understand how things work in here. And at the same time, as I always say, that every space, every minute is a learning minute in your life, and so it's good for me to learn new things as well. So yeah, this is a brief journey of myself, and yes, with all this work, I always have received a lot of appreciation from community, and without community support, without friends support, without family support, this all is not possible. I always believe in living to the values which I have inherited from my family, that giving back to community, doing the right thing, and supporting community. And that is, I live today. I have lived in past with the same value, and I'll always live with that value. I have been received. Obviously, when you receive award, it's not, you don't do things for receiving awards, but when you receive some awards, that is an acknowledgement of what you're doing. And I feel awards, when you receive awards, you get that motivation to do things more, and things, and you feel that what you're doing is right. So I've been awarded by AFL as a best community ambassador of the year in 2018 as
Nice.
well. Thank you. And I was also awarded by Victorian government for a meritorious service award for my community work in 2019, as well as with our in our local area. in a local district of Lahore. I was awarded by a federal MP, Joanne Ryan, as a local hero award. So
Mm-hmm.
these awards definitely are valuable awards. And as I said, that when you get awards, is that you feel really motivated, and it encourages you to do things more. So thank you to all the organizations who saw my work, people who nominated me, and I received this award. Also, I was nominated Australian of the Year,
Oh,
which is
that's good.
something I feel really privileged just to receive that nomination, and I'm really thankful to people who nominated me there as well. Um, uh, and Definitely I would have touched someone's heart, or definitely I would have done something that people would have went out and written that nomination. So really appreciate that. Not many people are doing so much good work. So yes, there are many people ahead me there who deserve to be Australian of the Year, but I really feel proud just to be nominated as well for that position. So yeah, Vipul, this is just a brief summary of me, who I am and what I do.
Amazing, amazing. Just wanted, I was thinking, I mean, listening to you, and then I just went back to kind of school days. Like during the school days, um, was this the same kind of journey, or it was more of studies with a little bit of what grandpa or grandmom would have made you to do, or it was like a normal day for you to study and to do some sort of a little extra work towards
Um,
friendships or towards community or towards neighborhood over there? Was it a regular life, or it has evolved once you've come here?
No, definitely. That's a very good question, Vipul. And yes, during as I said, since I was kid, and being the so I was the first kid in our family. So I was very very close to my grandmother, and that's why she would always carry me with her when I was kid as well, to all her meetings, all her presentations, and I was always there. And that is I feel really privileged being with her, learning so many things, and understanding, what is an importance of giving back to community. So all my school life, as I said, every Sunday we would spend time in this beautiful building, a beautiful school, a blind school in our area, and spend time volunteering there, and having food with them, lunch with them, playing with them. So this was very normal, normal part of our life, that this is something since kids we have been doing and being participating and actively involved in community, because my family has be it my grandparents, be it my parents, have always been actively involved in community work. So we have grown up with this value. So so there is nothing, so migrating here and doing these things is nothing different to what I have been doing in India. That's what I always say, because a lot of my friends, a lot of community members ask me that, do you sleep, like, do you how do you get passion, and how do you get motivation to do so many things, and this is I think, what I have learned, what I've seen, what I've grown with me. So yeah, school life, of course, from your day-to-day regular school life studies, um, this is some extra things we have always done. And I think that is the same passion, and that is how I can still manage and still going with those values.
And that part, did it impact your studies, or it did not? Or it motivated you to do more?
See, it infected, motivated me to do more, as well as it impacted in a positive way in my studies.
Positively, yeah. Yeah.
In And obviously could score good, could perform really well in
Mm.
school. I've been actively involved in a sports committee in a school. Have been part of a lot of other community engagement activities in school, tree plantation activities in school. So yeah, this all things, I think, always, whenever you're learning a new thing, whether you are a kid, whether you are an adult, or whether you are senior, anything what comes into your life is always going to add value, is always going to teach you something, and it's always going to put a positive value to it.
And did you extend the same day-to-day journey while you were studying in London? Did Or you got a little less time and energy to devote towards some sort of additional work other than the studies, because you'd gone there for studies, so that would have been your priority. So were you able to manage to do a little over there to continue what you had done in India?
Definitely. See, as I, it's again a very, very good thing. And um, uh, see, when I went migrated to being so active in India in so many projects in community, when I went to London, obviously to get my postgraduate diploma in business management. Obviously my priority was my studies, but at the same time, that blood of mine or that value of mine was there, and I was always finding, if anywhere I found anything where I can help with. So even in London, when I was working in a lot many international students, and I was doing a lot many projects in that space, and I lived there for like 2.5 years, and have been actively involved. Apart from studies, I have graduated with very good percentage, as well as involvement has always been there. So I think this can't come out of me, and this is like an inbuilt a default into me. As you know, you are born with this. So uh, at every space, even today at my workplace, I am part of the community engagement. So
Hmm,
community engagement projects. I am part. Like up to last year, I was a chair of a community engagement group. So this is something, has always been with me, and I think it will always be with me, that this is something I always want to do. Apart, obviously, you have your day-to-day life. You have to earn as well, to run
right.
your family. You have a young,
Hmm,
like I have a family behind, but whatever time I can get, I
hmm,
try to spend. And this is again, if you look at people love sports. So some people love playing cricket, and you can see every weekend they have that passion, and whatever be the weather, people will just go out and people want to play that cricket. So
hmm,
yeah, this is once you are passionate about something, you will do it.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Um, Other than your family, from your grandfather to your daughter, I'm taking a cue from what you're saying. Everybody is supporting you, come what may. So that's one. Outside your family, who's your source of inspiration?
Well, see, yes, family has always been my inspiration. And I always say the community, our community, and every person from this, because everybody who you meet, you learn something new, you get to know something new. So definitely is there. But other important, and who I follow very, very deeply, is and Mahatma Gandhi ji, because I always read his books. I feel um, I see him as a great leader, and I feel that obviously I can't become like him, or no way I can become like him. But yes, at least we can follow his footsteps and try to try to be a little bit like him.
Right. Okay. When you have an off time from your work, your family, your passion to give back to the society or do some sort of thing, there might be a little time available where you would want to look after Kapil Thakkar. What do you do to look after him?
Look after Kapil Thakkar as I say, health, sports, and health as a priority in my list. So I try to spend some time on myself, like work, doing some exercises, or probably even going for a walk. And
Hmm.
I love to read, so I definitely do a lot of readings in whenever
Thought so.
I get some time.
Thought so. I thought so. So, what do you read?
See, I am apart from, say, always I say community and politics go hand to hand, right? In
Hmm.
order to bring changes, you definitely need to be involved and actively understanding policies and politics. So
Hmm.
I like to read. I like to read books on politics, as well as I like to read some motivational books from leaders, as I mentioned, Mahatma Gandhi ji, uh, and such leaders. So these are few books, or few autobiographies I like to read and
Hmm.
understand.
Hmm. And since th- you've done so much of work, in terms of your studies, your social activities, your community activities, uh, your decision making ability, What do you reckon? How much score would you give from a band of 0 to 10? How good are you as a decision maker?
0 to 10, I would definitely give myself 9 in that. Obviously, no one would be 100% perfect. So, obviously, I'll give myself 9 in decision making.
Mm, mm,
And I feel up till now, if I look back into my own life,
mm,
even just looking
mm,
out into my own personal life, family life, all the decisions which we have made or I have made have always have the results have always been fruitful and
mm,
always has given me success. When we come to the community,
mm,
whatever projects, decision making through a projects, or
mm,
whatever, even in Stable, being the founder of Stable, whatever decision makings we have done in Stable platform as well, has been really positive. The results have been really positive, and because when you make a decision, it's about not just you. It's about thinking lot many other
mm,
factors. When
mm,
and what is the topic that you're making your decision on? When you are talking about community, or in being in a leadership position, you have so many other responses, so many other aspects to look at, like for example community's requirement, engagement, inclusiveness. And then when you make that decision, and when that decision is made with true heart, with open mind and honesty, without any hidden agenda, I think it will always be a fruitful and a positive decision.
right, right. What depresses Kapil Thakkar?
Well, uh, I would not say anything would depress me, basically, because as I said, if anything is depress me, I will come out and try to find a solution for it, and I'll
Mm,
raise my voice if
mm,
something is not right. But yes, sometimes, when we read about some domestic violence or child abuses, that is something, puts me little one step behind, thinking that in this society, in this world, what where what are we doing, and why are
why?
not we able to
Mm,
address this, in a very proper way, that we
mm,
don't read. And I will be really really happy that that society, that this kind of things will never happen, or this
mm,
time this the kind of things will stop. I
mm,
think so. These are the things distress me, and whenever I read this, it makes me feel a bit upset. But I'm doing lot many activities and lot many projects in that space,
mhm,
and basically education is, and again I say engagement. Until unless we don't engage people, until unless we
mm,
don't engage community,
mm,
these things will happen, because people feel isolated. People
mm,
feel that they are sometimes, lot many tensions will run in
mm,
family, lot many stress
mm,
scenarios will run in family, and people feel isolated, people feel loneliness. And
mm,
sometimes this kind of scenarios, domestic violence, could rise from, I'm not saying that are the only factors, but it could rise from those factors. If there is an engagement, if there is
mm,
a feelingness of that I have somebody with me, I think
mm,
that will reduce this kind of scenarios. And that is why I always try to find ways to engage wider community and include everybody.
mm, mm, mm. We are all struggling with this pandemic. What are your thoughts on the pandemic, and what are you doing to stay positive through this tough time?
So yes, this is very challenging time for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
whether
Mm-hmm.
it be businesses, whether it be individuals. People have lost jobs. People have families have seen the sickness. People have lost family members, and very sadly, I lost my dad as well during this pandemic, two
Unfortunate.
months,
God bless.
2 months back, and sorry, it's a Father's Day, and yeah, it will be first time. It's hard to still feel that my dad is not with me, not due to COVID-19, but due to his other illness. But I was not even able to travel
Sad.
uh, to
Very
his
sad.
last to see him for the last time. So this is what COVID-19 has impacted, and not me. Not I'm seeing so many people contacting me every day, thinking, finding ways that how they could go to India because their
Okay.
family members have passed away, or their loved ones have passed away. So this is what this COVID-19 has done. It has impacted you socially, mentally, economically. A lot of people are doing a lot of things. and supporting here, trying to create awareness. I would just say that we have to be positive. We have to trust our leaders, whether it be national leaders, federal leaders, or local leaders, and support them, be with them wherever we can, and stop creating negativeness. No one has seen, none of our leaders, nor you nor me, have seen this kind of pandemic, this kind of scenarios before, and no one was prepared for it. We don't know how to deal with it, but everyone is trying their best. So I think whatever restrictions are in our place, we should follow that. Whatever advices are given to us, we should definitely follow that, because only together we can
Together,
do
yeah.
it. Because if I only follow the restriction and other person doesn't follow that, is no point, because then this virus is there, and this virus is there for a long time. So we need to make sure that we do our best and stay positive during this pandemic. Through Stay Well, we have done a couple of projects to keep community active. So we did a project called Stay Active, and like through fitness and dance program. So we did a 4 week every Saturday. My team members will run a dance and fitness session, and this was because gyms are closed. People are not able to go to gym. So it is important that even at home, find some time for yourself, do some bit of exercise. And I think dance is also a good form of exercise. So we did a 4 week of program just to engage community participation. And apart from that, also the program's important role was to create that awareness of mental health as well, because people at home, people are stressed, people don't know what tomorrow is going to be in this challenging time. As I said, so many people have lost job, businesses have impacted.
Yeah.
So that was the role of Stay Well, to create that positiveness and awareness. Also, we've run a program called mental health, Stay Active for kids. So kids are studying from, it is very important. I see my daughter, she's studying from home. Obviously schools are doing an amazing job, teachers are doing an amazing job to keep your kids active, but kids are home all day. These kids are normally playing outside, going to the parks. The way health is, this COVID-19 is impacting us mentally, it is impacting our kids mentally. At least we can call up our friends and talk and discuss and get upset and get come out of it. But kids don't have that opportunity. Obviously they do talk to, now obviously technology is helping laws, they do talk to their friends, but obviously they cannot express 100% what they are. So that's why we ran this program, Stay Active, to raise an awareness. And we were asking people to submit their photos or videos what they're doing with their kids, and what activities they are doing with kids to keep their kids active. And through this platform, I would say that please make sure that you're spending that time. Kids need time as they are home. Please make sure that you give your time to them and keep them active. Yes, school, homework, everything is there, but apart from that, we need to keep them really, really active and keep them engaged. And so these are the few projects through Stay Well we've been doing. Obviously, I have been working with many other organizations as well as, like as I said, Victorian Multicultural Commission, helping out to students as well. So, and I'm in contact with many international students who I've been able to support, guide wherever I can in my capacity.
Um, on your profession, you said you work with the energy company, and you are analyst by a profession, right? Uh, does your profession have some sort of support in terms of the intellect? I'm saying on the other activities that you do, and
The-
the other activities what you do, does they have a little bit of influence onto the work that you do? Do you kind of blend the learnings from each of the subjects?
Definitely, see, whatever you're doing in your life is always a learning curve, and always that one thing what you learn at one place you can apply at the other place. So whatever I'm learning from my community, I'm always able to play and bring that into my role as a pricing analyst. And that's why I'm a great team player at my work, because and a great listener, because when I talk to people in a community, I try to listen to them, I try to fix solution. I am not, uh, I'm not in any political position. I am not a premier, not an MP. I am just a normal human being, as we all are. But if I find any issue, I try to find solution. And my way of finding solution is not just shouting outside, not
mm,
just complaining about it. I
mm,
try to work with the authorities. I try to work with whoever are decision makers, and try to find a best outcome. So this skill of mine has always helped me in my work, because the same skill I'm applying at work, the
mm,
listening skill, empathy, feeling other people, and discussing, and being an analyst. You can understand a lot of that analytical skill
mm.
is important. That apply in community as well. Whenever there is an issue, I try to, as I said, I don't just complain. I try to analyze the situation. I try to see who the stakeholders are, who the decision makers are, and I try to discuss,
Mm,
and try to find solutions. So definitely it has helped. Leading skill, obviously, I have been in like team manager before. I have throughout my journey, I have been um, assistant leader as well in roles. So through all my path, I've been in different leadership roles as well, and those skills have definitely helped me in community, and as well as when I'm in community, the community skills have helped me in my work. So that definitely it has. Now, when you say has my work been cooperative about my what I do outside, and how much my work acknowledged. See, definitely the organization I work with is really proud of what I'm doing outside. Very helpful, very supportive, and again, with me is giving the best. So with my work, I give my best, and I think that's the reason my company is giving best to me. Um,
amazing.
Company has its own community engagement activities, which I said I've been leading, and I've been chair of that groups as well. So yes, I have received lot of support from my organization, and very 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 helpful.
To all our listeners who maybe know you or who don't know, and if they have to reach you, what are your contact points, like your number, your email ID? Definitely, we'll put that in the description as well. But if you want to spell out and do an invite to people, like whosoever wants to help or support, then you're there. So, what are your contact points?
See, definitely in today's world, social media,
Hmm?
social media is the easiest contact point, and you won't believe people. I have been contacted by so many people through my Facebook, asking for help,
Mm,
and asking for guidance, asking for support, and especially during this COVID-19, I receive calls through Facebook, people or messages through Facebook. Many people are not on my Facebook, but
mm,
they would have found my details from somewhere. I also have all my contact details on my Facebook page. So I have my own page, Kapil Thakkar, and all the details are there. Obviously, at the end of this um, video, we can add our description, and we can have our details in there. And I would also like to mention that recently I have launched my website. It's
mm,
www.kapilthakkar.com, and
mm,
this is the website describes who I am, what I have done, what my projects are, and what my future goals are. So definitely these are all the mediums to contact me, and I'm always there. And community has witnessed that you call
mm,
me any time of the day. I'm
mm,
always there. Anytime in 24 hours, I say anytime you call me, I'm there in my capacity. Whatever I can help, I'm there
mm.
to help.
Right. So I think we are close to the end of this episode, but we have to build a link to the next episode. Um, to all our viewers, Kapil is contesting from Shafi Ward in Windham Council as for a position of councillor. So we will be discussing more about that aspect into the following episode. Yeah, Kapil, if you want to say something on this, short and
Thank
brief.
you. No, thank you so much. Yes, definitely. This is something what my community community is always wanting me to, that I should raise my hand. My friends have always proposed that I should raise hand for this election. And after thinking a lot, after looking at my past roles and looking my involvement in community, I thought that yes, this is something I should participate in. And yes, I am contesting for the upcoming local council election from Sheffield Ward, Wyndham City, and would like to represent you as a councillor if elected. And definitely, we will learn more, as Vipul said, in our next episode. We will talk more about Sheffi Ward. We'll talk more about what my views are, what my plans are, and any questions you would have, we'll be able to answer in that next episode. Thank you.
Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Kapil, for your time and telling us, sharing with us what you are, who you are, what journey you have been through till now. Inspiring, really inspiring. For my takeaway was like the word passionate plus your um, passion for sports, community service, engagement, um, service to people around. Again, with all this basketed or bundled up as a day to day, not a special kind of thing. So it's ingrained into you. This is what I can sum up in last 55 minutes of our conversation, what I've heard you. So thank you once again, and we'll see you very soon into our next episode. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, people, and thank you to all the listeners. And happy Father's Day. Stay well, stay safe, and please follow all the COVID-19 related instructions and try to cooperate as much as you can. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.